7. Tano, buddy. Reading.
Echo Station 3TA.
So this is my post-viewing discussion with you guys. So first of all, just before I even go back through it, I'm just collecting my thoughts. It was a very good episode. It was a very good episode. So much happened in this episode. My head is spinning. So many wins. But at the same time as that, there's something that I'm extremely concerned about. And I'm torn. And I'll get to that in just a few minutes. I want to go through the actual video to kind of help me collect my thoughts, you know. So the episode starts out with a recap, and it lets us know that Boba Fett is going to be in this episode, unlike the last one. The story is moving forward, and we get the Pikes show up, trading spice for credits, or they're moving stuff, and Cobb Vanth shows up. Really, really cool that Cobb Vanth shows up. He kills 3 of the Pikes and leaves one of them to go. Maybe that's going to be a problem later. He should not have let the other one go. But, and then right after that, we get the most iconic part. Mando goes to a new planet, lands, and has a conversation with R2-D2. So this brings you right into R2, Luke, Grogu. I can't tell you how good it was to see R2 and to see him have screen time on his own was so good. Very well done for, fans of Star Wars over the past several decades. So good to see R2. Then they surprise us with the building of the temple for Luke's academy. And it pans over and we get to see Ahsoka. And I was really surprised that we got to see Ahsoka, but I also called it last Saturday night on our live show because Dave Filoni directed this one. So great job, Dave, in this singular episode. Ahsoka is there, the great Rosario Dawson, having a conversation. She tells Mando that she's an old friend of the family. Oh, immediately I go back. Clone Wars, Ahsoka and Anakin, all of that. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, we missed out on the first meeting between Ahsoka and Luke. I really wanted to see a first meeting because it would be like emotional for me. Like, how did Ahsoka respond when she realized Anakin has a son? I wanted to see all that. How would Luke respond? This was my father's best friend besides Obi-Wan. We didn't get that. It's not to say that we never get it. We could very well get it in a flashback in the Ahsoka series, and I hope that we do. But the conversation that we do get to see Ahsoka and Luke have was a really good one. And she even says, "You remind me so much of your father." Oh, I love that. That's so good. So we get the training exercises, definite callbacks to Luke and Yoda, flipping around, the flips, jumping around, the backpack, Yoda I called him Yoda, Grogu on his back. So good. Really enjoyed that. And I loved it when Grogu, when he gets the training device, the training ball, and Grogu is using the Force and jumping and dodging the the training device's attacks. The frogs were funny. Another callback to the X-Wing. You know, Luke lifted the X-Wing a little bit. Yoda lifted it all. Grogu lifted one frog. Luke lifted an army, an army of frogs, a whole community. Mando shows up with the Beskar armor, the chainmail. A lot of people called that. I didn't say that myself. I was like, I don't know what that is. Somebody, I think Nick even said it's probably like Beskar chainmail or something, you know. And Ahsoka knew that that was a mistake for him showing up, for Grogu, as far as his Jedi training was concerned. So they have that conversation, and then it fast forwards to Boba Fett. Now, here again, Boba Fett was hardly in the episode. Still a very good episode, just like the last one. He wasn't in the last one at all, and it was probably the best. It was the best episode in my opinion. Well, this episode was better. This episode was better than 5. Mando shows up to Boba Fett's palace, greeted by the Gamorrean guards. He walks in on the meeting. Fennec Shand is doing the majority of the talking. Got the Vespa gang, Black Krrsantan. They need foot soldiers. They have enough muscle, they say, with Boba, Black Krrsantan, and Mando, but they need foot soldiers. The mod team isn't enough. So that's when we get the whole Mando saying, I can take care of that, and he goes out to see Cobb Vanth, which you kind of saw that happening because Cobb Vanth was in the beginning of the episode. So they have the conversation. Cobb Vanth is hearing him out. I like the idea. You know, this works. If this is going to be the foot soldiers, this works because they are successful and have demonstrated the ability to be able to fight and defend themselves. So nothing wrong so far with any of this to me. And then you get the scene of a stranger walking up, and immediately you know that that's Cad Bane with the iconic hat and the trench coat, the way he's walking. When he revealed his eyes, I loved it. I loved it. It's so good. The voice was right. The scene was great. They have an old Western standoff, and Cad Bane, for a second, I was hopeful. Cad Bane's going to show up. He's going to be more muscle. No. And then reality set in. He's there with the Pikes, and he's letting them know, stay out of the way and there won't be any problems. Well, Ranger Jr. shows up, Ranger Rick, and kind of interferes a little bit and got Cobb Vanth distracted. It really reminded me of a Optimus Prime Hot Rod moment in Transformers, the movie 1986, where Hot Rod interferes and gets Optimus killed by Megatron. I was so feeling that. Melvor, if you watch this review, I know you're feeling that too. It was crazy, and then it happened. Now, there's without question the Ranger, the Junior Ranger, Ranger Rick. He's dead. He's a goner. My man Cad Bane emptied a clip in him. Now he only did shoot Cobb Vanth one time, and I don't think Cobb Vanth is dead. But they leave you hanging. They leave you hanging there, but I don't think he's dead. I think we'll see him again, and his people will be the muscle. And he's going to have to get some armor. Cobb Vanth's going to have... They played on that too much for that not to happen. The man's going to have to get some type of protection. So who knows what that could be? Any ideas out there from you guys? And then it shows... I saw this coming. The Pikes go into the bar at Mos Espa. Jennifer Beals' bar. And they leave a device... And the droid, they're all kind of watching the Pikes, and they leave a device there. It's a bomb. and they blow the place up. Now, that's not to say that Jennifer Beals is dead. She could have been left hanging on too, but I think she might. I think she's probably dead. I think she's probably a goner. She served her purpose. You know, they used that place as a device to have their meetings and have dialogue and that kind of thing, and it's over now. But here's the part that is really unsettling to me. They go back to Luke. This is the part that everything was such a win. And at the very end, I actually sat there and had some feelings of a little bit of anger as I watched it. And let me explain why. Because Luke gives Grogu the choice between Mando, here's the Beskar armor, and here's Yoda's lightsaber. Here's Yoda's lightsaber. I'm going to train you to be a Jedi Knight. You're not my student yet. You have to make this decision. I haven't taught you anything. I'm just helping you remember so far. Is what they're playing on right there. You know, that was a jarring statement to me when Ahsoka said, "You've trained him well." I haven't trained him really at all. I'm just helping him remember. So they haven't officially made it that Grogu is the first student. So Luke gives Grogu the choice, and then the episode cuts, and they leave you hanging. And it just stands to reason, guys. Grogu is going to choose the Beskar armor. Grogu is going to go to Mando. Now, what this could do is show a very interesting reunion in episode 7 between Luke and Boba Fett. Remember that Boba Fett was hired to track Luke and to bring him in to Darth Vader, and he failed. Boba Fett's the person who told Darth Vader of Skywalker. Boba Fett's the reason, according to the 2015 comic, that Vader knows Luke is his son. So it's an interesting tie-in there. So it could be that Luke shows up in Chapter 7 and Boba's like, "Look, Luke, we're trying to do everything right. We need your help." And Luke decides to stay and be some... That's not muscle. That's not muscle. That's atomic bomb. Pikes ain't winning if Luke's there. And a Grogu that can use the Force better as he remembers. But he's going to be more of a Force-using person who's not a Jedi, probably very similar to an Ahsoka. Very similar to an Ahsoka. So, but the problem with all of that is that if Grogu is not Luke's student, then Ben Solo's going to be. And all of this is exactly what a lot of the fandom does not want and has been scared of. It's all tying right into The Force Awakens and the sequel trilogy. And that is going to be so devastating. It hasn't happened yet. A lot of people will disagree with this. Yes, it's happened, Coach. Yeah. No, it hasn't literally happened yet. But it appears that it's about to. And with a Han Solo being told, he's going to be, we're hearing that Han Solo is going to be in the next one. Well, who's to say Carrie Fisher's, likeness? Who's to say Princess Leia's not going to be in it? I'm not sure exactly. I'll have to look into it, how old a Ben Solo would be, if he would even be alive. But you'd think that he would be alive. 5 years after Jedi. We'll have to look into that. Somebody let us know in the comments there. I'm going to do a little research there. But, if Grogu's not going to accept the lightsaber. And that's devastating for me. I want him how could you not pick up Yoda's lightsaber and go? lightsaber or armor, he's really not choosing between those devices. He's choosing between Luke and Mando, and he's going to pick Mando. And there's going to be a lot of the fan base that want to see that, but they're not going to recognize, a lot of the fans, some will, but a lot of the fans won't recognize the repercussions that entails. And that's what has me concerned. So anyways, that's my take, guys. It was an absolutely phenomenal episode. It was so good. But you know, if you go watch my review on Patreon at the very end of the episode, I'm probably sitting there looking angry because I'm realizing this is happening, and it's like you might as well just accept the fact. It's so hard to say this. You might as well just accept the fact that this is leading us right to the sequels. It is what it is. Mando, Ahsoka, all of it. And it's going to cause a lot of fans to walk away. And war's coming, just like Chapter 7. That's what I feel right now. Wow. So I am, I don't know, I'm still collecting my thoughts. We'll be talking way more about this on the show throughout the week, getting reactions. I can't wait to see your comments in this video. And anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed the episode as well. Give me your thoughts in the comments. And as always, you are Echo Base Network. May the Force be with you, and we will see you guys on the next one.